know, it's not the same team. And Nuke is one of those maps where you require the team to have a lot of team play, a lot of chemistry, and that like must be assumed to be gone now with these two stand-ins. So I'm not sure why they ended up on Cash, but I think we saw the result as to why it shouldn't be ending up on Cash again.
Yeah, I have to say, I have been pleasantly surprised by Croman. I didn't know too much about him coming into this one, but he's held his own versus NRG, top fragging there, and first map now versus Na'Vi, he's doing the same thing. I mean, he's looking comfortable, and he's looking, what's the word? Not reserved, composed. That's the word I'm looking for, in an offline environment versus some world-class players.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations where you don't really have a lot of pressure on your shoulders. You know, you're just a stand-in for the team. I'm assuming he also has a good amount of freedom to do whatever he wants. And, you know, he is a guy that even during his time in Dignitas, short time, but a few times we've seen him have, like, really good performances, similar to maybe Alecro, right? You know, he's like, every now and then he has a game where he just takes over everything. But yeah, it was very surprising how dominant Heroic were in that second half, considering it's not like Cash is a map they play every now and then. For them, it's also a map they avoid.
Yeah, as we talked about in the pre-show, it's one of the maps that Snobby stayed away from all the time in Heroic. He didn't want to play it. It didn't really fit the players, he felt. So the fact that they're able to come in here now and play it to this level is obviously great. You alerted to it as well, like bringing in Firebird and Croman, being able to play this puck style, especially on the T side as we saw. It worked out well for them. So great for Heroic. And again, you know, going in further to the tournament, should Heroic end up winning this best of 3, you know, they're showing that they can play, you know, a best of 3 against a world-class team and actually still put up a fight.
Yeah, and that's kind of my next question is, how did Na'Vi's Cash look? Like, from your perspective?
Literally horrible.
Okay, walk me through it. Give me a couple of the things that they are going to be angry that they couldn't get right.
I mean, you have Symbol and Flamey both putting up 26 frags. You have 2 of your 3 best players playing up to their individual level, you know, playing as you want them to play, but still not gathering any CT rounds at all. Still not, you know, as you said, a decent T-side, that's fine. Everyone can have a decent T-side on Cash. It is one of those puck maps where you just run a little bit around and you have Symbol, you know, getting some opening frags, Flamey closing down the rounds and sort of. But the problem for them is the CT side. If you don't have any team play, if you can't flash for each other, if you don't have any proper setups, you can't avoid a team like Heroic from getting a good teaser either. And that's only going to be worse going up against Astralis or a team that is like a higher caliber than Heroic.
Yeah, and a good example is probably the round that we saw where Electronic got the last second defuse, where Modi was in a 1v1. It was a bad plant and he couldn't defend the plant. That round was a 5v2 for Na'Vi. When Heroic started hitting B, they got the first 3 kills. And then, you know, they were a bit overly aggressive in re-peaking. They gave up a few kills, they gave up a plant. And sure, they won a round, but it ended up with everyone dying. Modi got that kill after the defuse happened. So Na'Vi got immediately reset after that. They had a, you know, obviously not an optimal buy. If they were a bit more disciplined in that round, maybe they could have had a flawless round win or 4 players alive. Then you have a lot more utility in the next round. You win 2 consecutive rounds, you break their economy, and then maybe we see Na'Vi close it out. But, you know, maybe they were a bit too, I don't know, reckless in that sense. They didn't give enough respect to Heroic, and they punished them for it.
Yeah, and the Punishers are indeed, at least one of the Punishers, is standing by with Stunner for a little bit of a mid-series interview. I assume it will be quick. He's managed to grab Nico. Let's just throw it over to him so he can get some words.
Thank you, Alex. I am standing here with Nico, fresh off of a map win here on Cash. Now, right off the bat, you guys picked Cash. That very much played in your favor. Talk to me about the map pick.
We know they don't play it, and we normally don't play it, but since Yugi and Snabby left, we started playing it a lot, so we could actually pick it as well here to surprise people.
And you did just that, I think. So moving on, obviously I talked to Freiberg earlier, and just standing here and watching your guys' comms outside of the game, it looks like everybody's really well poised. It looks like a really light environment. Also talk to me about Croman coming in.
Croman is because Rubino had an eye infection, so it was last minute call, but he's pretty good and listening a lot. So
yeah. Well, how's he fitting in, so to say, within this lineup? It looks like you guys have it all together. Talk to me a little bit about playing with him here in Dallas now.
He's playing a lot like Rubino, I think, so it was actually pretty easy to get him in here.
Pretty easy hot swap right there. Well, we're going to be going into Overpass. Do you have any final words that you could say, maybe to me, maybe to the audience at home, maybe to anyone at all?
Thanks for watching. I guess. I don't know.
Hey, he's not wrong. Thank you, Nico. We're going to go ahead and jump into Overpass here real shortly. Alex, take us there.
Thank you so much. There, that is Nico giving us his view on the situation. So, Jakob, that's because that's just going to have to be. That's how it's working now. I'm sorry, that's just the life you're going to have to live. Sure. Overpass is coming up next. Now, I do get the feeling that we are going to be having a bit of a, yeah, it was great, but, and then we're going to have a long spiel about how it's not going to be too exciting for Heroic.
I mean, this is where, you know, Na'Vi need to prove that, you know, they are the better team, really. Yes, you know, Cash, it was a weird map for them to play. We just heard from Nico that they've been practicing Cash lately. But, you know, now you need to close the deal if you're Na'Vi. You need to show that was a one-off. Now we're coming to the map that we actually know how to play, that we're practice on, and we need to show what we've got. And anything, you know, but a comeback for Na'Vi on the last two maps would be a huge disappointment for them.
Definitely, and I do feel Heroic is going to have their hands full, especially in Overpass. It's a map that Zeus is well known for well-dwelling his team with. A map that Na'Vi has been one of the best teams on in pretty much the entire history of Counter-Strike, and that goes along all the lineups they've had. So a map that I do favor heavily in towards Na'Vi, and also, you know, seeing Simple and Flamey, despite playing Cash, you know, putting up big numbers is definitely a great sign going into this, hopefully what's going to be Two's next map for Na'Vi.
Interesting. Okay, so with Overpass coming up next, you already made it clear that you expect Na'Vi to look better. I just want to understand, without mentioning Simple dropping 30 frags, where those wins come from. You said Zeus has got them drilled well. Is there anything that springs to mind, Janko, when we're talking about Na'Vi's strength on Overpass?
Just that there are better structured on this map, right? They have a stronger default, they have a good way of taking map control, and then different ways of ending rounds. Maybe not enough utility being used as maybe I would like, but they can get the job done on Overpass. And obviously with those individuals, CT sides are always going to be good for Na'Vi, and you feel like for Heroic, the win conditions come down to resetting them, pistols, the usual.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's so interesting. You made it clear you think Na'Vi are going to take this one. If the upset happens and Heroic are going to be in front of the crowd in the playoffs here a little later on in the tournament, my question to you is, where does it come from? You just going to start listing me players, Jacob? Is it just going to be a case of Croman drops another 20 game? Like, he's had a 1.4 and a 1.35 rated performance so far.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive by a guy like Croman. I would say so, yeah, because we don't really have anything that can tell us, you know. No, we can't really, because we don't know how they play and how much they've practiced Overpass for that matter. So it would be up to the individuals of stepping up. You know, we need to see those star performances from a guy like Nico, a guy that we often forget to talk about when we talk about Heroic. It's all been about Snappy and Yukin. They're both gone now. They lost arguably their two best players. So this is the next guy in line. He needs to step up, and he needs to be that star carry potential that he once were predicted to be in Denmark. There even talks about him joining Astralis back in the days, which like nowadays would seem silly, but he has the potential, and he needs to show that now, and he'll be one of the win conditions for Heroic to at least make a close game here on Overpass.
Yeah, Nico, an interesting conversation piece in himself. May not necessarily be as good in the interviews as he is in the server, but he has been nailing it time after time, Janko. When we kind of, Jacob's right when we say we forget about him, but it's because his performances are few and far between, and I think that's probably your biggest trigger point with stars, is the ones that can be inconsistent.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you always want to see it from these young guys. Everyone can have a flashy performance now and then, but it's all about doing it on a consistent basis.
Fantastic stuff. We're going to be jumping into this one. Our second map is Overpass. Will Heroic seriously be finding themselves in the playoffs? One of the first teams to do so. Standing in their way is Na'Vi, and they know this common ground. It's Overpass with your casters.
Thank you very much, Alex. Overpass will be the place where battle will take. And Na'Vi will be on the T side here. We're going to see PT-50s, Glocks, flashbangs, and indeed... Oh, I was about to say, we're going to see a timeout. We're not, actually, right into the action. CZ for Modi. As they go towards the underpass here, there's going to be three players meeting each other on either side. Electronics go in first. And Croman will not do any work here just yet. It'll be Modi to get the first frag with the CZ, as it looks like Na'Vi will recover, though. Can they get anything more? He can. 2-on-2. Bomb down. High-flying start here. And Simple and Flamey. Flamey with 35 HP. Has got an HE flashbang and the bomb. He goes towards the bathrooms, and Freiburg, holding for what I can imagine is towards the B site.
Yeah, Simple and Flamey not going to be the dream duo you'd want to run into, but Nico, he is certainly in a spot to do some damage here. Pushing on down from behind. No one checking this, no one keeping an eye out on Nico. he could get it all done here. Simple, no idea. As Nico does just dispatch of him, it's all onto 35 HP, Flamey. 2 kills to his name already. He needs 4 in total if he wants to win this round out for Na'Vi. And he's going to get spotted. Rotation comes in from Freiburg to try and help out.
He's going to got 4 bullets left in the clip here. This could be a little bit problematic. There's the reload. Low HP, Flamey. 2 versus 1. Still possible for himself. He's got 30 seconds to even book it over to his side if he wanted to. Needs to nail that first one, but still can't get it done. Good HE grenade, but won't find a kill just yet. Freiburg to win it out. And Heroic, after winning the first map, looking to book themselves a place in the semi-finals now. Or the playoffs, I should say. And round number 2 coming in. Na'Vi didn't even get the plan down there, so you assume the force buy is coming in round number 2 here. So CZ's coming out, Deagles as well. And this is not good news whatsoever. I don't think anyone expected Heroic to make it to the playoffs with this particular lineup.
Especially saying as coming into this event, they're replacing Hellraisers, right? I mean, they didn't even technically qualify, right? So I think a lot of people just sort of wrote them off immediately.
Especially with the lineup changes.
Yeah, and now they're in a position where, potentially one map, all that it takes to secure a spot in the playoffs. And, I mean, that's just unreal if you are a Heroic fan. Into this round, Na'Vi. Well, they've gone in with the force buy. They've taken control of Connector and taken control of mid-party as well. Now just creeping forward, about to go running into S-Tag and Nico, who lie in wait over here in toilets. Nico playing the anti-flash. S-Tag holding the angle. He can warn Nico if anyone goes encroaching on their territory. They're going to go peeking into it. S-Tag doesn't get anything done. He's going to fall at the first hurdle, as a matter of fact. And now it's on to Nico. Nico doesn't last long either. Quick double kill in from Zeus. Suddenly it's all onto Croman to try and lock down this site. And he's only good for 1 kill. It's Modi and Freiburg left to try and lock down A. And nothing is going their way. Freiburg, what have you got? 1v4.
I don't think he stands much of a chance here. Time will tell. It goes towards Bank. UMP in hand. And bomb. Planted, there it is. Freiburg is trying to do anything he can with this one. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's not far from it. Simple with the final shot. Zeus to open things up there. And Simple to close them down. Heroic, after winning the pistol, do get a sudden reality check on Overpass here. I don't think they'll be very well drilled on this particular map. We'll have to do what they can. It was Cash to open things up. As we get into round number 3 here, should be the force buy from the CTs. These are the opening kills from Zeus. See the S-Tag, and they got the second as well. Nico trying to get that trade. Didn't work out. They don't fully invest. You can see Nico with no armor. Same story for S-Tag. Nico very good with the Desert Eagle, so watch out for that. And we'll have a couple of rifles here for Na'Vi. One for Mass as well for Zeus. And it should be them picking this round up, but we will see though.
And Na'Vi, they've slowed right down. Edward going to go creeping forward over in middle. Smoking off toilets. You can see what sort of grand strategy is here. Now they go pincering down into connector. Modi's there. There we go. He's going to get discovered. Oh my goodness. 2 kills with the CZ. And now this round looks deadly for Na'Vi. They're desperate to try and reclaim this man advantage. And luckily enough, Croman going to give it to them on a silver platter. Flamey, 3 quick kills down in connector. And he's turned this round back on its head once again. Na'Vi in the driving seat pretty firmly here. Nico and S-Tag left alive with Deegs between them. Maybe S-Tag can find something. Simple resides over in party. But he's just going to miss the timing. S-Tag backs away over towards long.
3 on 2. Na'Vi should be able to pick this one up still. S-Tag not going to get anything done there at all. Missed that first bullet. Simple will punish you for it. Nico does have a slight chance. Like we said, his Deagle is very powerful, but with no armor, no nades, I doubt he'll get much more than 1, if that. Bombers making it towards long, and nade towards the position. Towards CT spawn. 2-1. Has to be the eco now for Heroic, as Na'Vi start to claw their way back into this best of 3. Third map very likely at this point. Will be Mirage to close things out. Feels like this should be a gimme towards an RV. This second map, I don't see them giving this one up like they did on Cash. Only with a couple of frags there. That's Flamey to get the job done. There it is, 2-1, and like we said, full eco.
honestly, whenever you see, you know, sequences like that with the CZ, it always really upsets me because it just doesn't, it never feels like stylish, Henry. You know, like you sometimes get these insane deagle clips where it's like someone gets, you know, 3K with a deagle, and you really kind of admire all the skill behind it. With the CZ, it just doesn't ever feel the same, does it? I always find it to be quite sad. But, you know, we've seen the CZ do its work in that second round and the third. This time there is no wonder gun out for Heroic. They've just got USPs. Oh, goodness, Zeus. He's going to have a lot of players come his way. Edwards here to try and make some money with the Mac 10, the Mac Daddy himself. And it is just Croman left alive. Cowering in the toilets. He's going to get finished off. Na'Vi picked themselves up a third round as they managed to keep that pretty clean, all things considered. They did lose Zeus, but that's going to be it. Now the buy comes in for Heroic.
Absolutely so. 3-1. Na'Vi managing to get back into this after losing the pistol. First gun round for Heroic at this point. They do not have the AWP, but they don't really have any AWPers in the squad right now. Zestag is filling in. 5. Lots of money for Na'Vi. You can see Electronic there, $8,000. Simple 6K. Same story for Flamey. As they head towards middle, Heroic surely have to do something a little bit more aggressive here, try and get that first pick. Electronic fast towards short. Not wasting any time at all. Good grenade towards Freiburg's position. 35. Freiburg has always played B on overpass and an IP optic. We'll see if he can find success here today. Modi boosted up a little bit of damage, but ultimately just loses a lot of bullets in his M4A1S. We know they're precious. And it looks like Na'Vi will be slowly but surely making their way towards the B side of the map. Bomb is still down in connector, so maybe not. Don't have to commit. Still a minute on the board. With Modi pushing towards shore here, trying to get that first pick.
Yeah, Electronic is down here. Modi on the angle isn't going to be able to find anything as Electronic just starts to back away. Oh, but he's still with Simple outside of this B-bomb, sat along with Zeus. Going to start to form a, looks like a bit of a retreat. 40 seconds on the clock, and no, the Molotovs, the smokes all start to rain in. Now the bomb heads up towards A. Simple tries to sell the fake, but as Modi decapitates him. I was going to say, you imagine maybe they start to realize it's a ruse, but right now there's 4 players for Heroic down on that B-bomb site, and that now leaves a lot on the plate of S-Tag. He's got to try and bide some time. 15 seconds on the clock. Well, it's Nico to step up to the mark. He's dropped the bomb out in the open, and that's allowed Croman just to decimate this offensive. It's all on Zeus. 1v2, 5 seconds left. There is no time, and Heroic, they're going to find a second round here.
Oh, it's looking grim at one point, but it was Simple that went in towards B. He was the ruse. He got nothing done, and that was Na'Vi's opportunity to strike towards A. And Croman, once again, solid as ever. He's had a great tournament so far, posting really solid numbers. Strong anchor on bomb site, so once again, he fends off the attack from Na'Vi there. No bomb planted at all. Here's Croman getting it done with the M4A4. 2 real nice kills. Great sequence from him. As we go to round number 6, still money available, like we said, for Na'Vi. Plenty of cash. They still have about $3,000 reserve for each player, even if they lose this one. So, Heroic 3-2, pull one back. Should be a pretty decent grenade. Doesn't do too much damage, just tickles Edward there. No AWP on either side. Heroic still on the back foot here. You can see he's got a couple of FAMASs. Modi has pushed off towards short, trying to get a bit of intel here. Surprise anyone he can. Zeus holding the T-steps. No aggression really from the CTs. They have changed things up slightly. Nico towards long. S-Tag passive in the bathrooms. Not in very aggressive positions whatsoever. 1 15 as Na'Vi start to investigate the long area and see if they can get a first pick here.
Yeah, now, Na'Vi haven't really had to throw out any utility just yet, and then you look over at Heroic. They've got 2 smokes left, 1 incendiary as well over on S-Tag. That's not going to be a lot to slow down the incoming barrage utility in from Na'Vi. Cleared out long, going to be aggressing down now, and you can see I think the jump peak just came over from Nico. They know that he's here over in Bank, and the utility going to start to punish him. Edward leading the charge, already down through long. Able to, I was going to say find the burst, but no, S-Tag going to land it. Instead it's Flamey who answers back with a quick double, and Nico's still in Bank. And now, more than ever, has to try and put his money where his mouth is, but no, Flamey and Simple, they shut down everyone. It's Modi left alive, just cowering down in connector. Na'Vi going to find themselves a 4th round here. They keep 4 players alive as well. The reset going to come in for Heroic. It's a pretty grim picture for this Scandinavian mix.
Yeah, that's a very harsh reset. They were clutching the straws this round with the FAMASs coming out. Can't hold off the execution there. Flamey with 3 kills. It was looking like trades were available for Heroic. Just couldn't hit the shots, and then Simple shut everything down with the kill he picked up. Bomb planted. Wanted to try and survive with the FAMAS. No one's got any cash to bring to that next round. $1,400 loss bonus. With a FAMAS save, they probably force up around it, but it will be Na'Vi with a huge advantage now. It should be 4-2 in their favour. Modi nowhere to be seen. He's all the way back in the T-steps. 4 players do survive for Na'Vi. Their money just keeps getting stronger and stronger. So it looks like quite a close game overall, 4-2, but looking at those finances, it looks like Na'Vi should be running away the next few rounds. Will they force buy? Well, Freiburg makes the first move, goes up to $0. Scouts coming out, UMPs. So indeed they will. A resounding yes to the initial question. Modi with the FAMAS, UMP for Kroman. 2 CZs available for Nico and Freiburg, and an S-Tag with the Scouts. They have got 5 smokes, flashbangs, 1 defuse kit. Will this be enough to topple Na'Vi in round number 7 here? I doubt it. S-Tag hits that. A real chance. Bit of a missed jump there, but does live to tell the tale. And he'll fall back. So Na'Vi now have the information. The force buys come through, and we'll see what they do with it. I'm going to focus on long. That makes a lot of sense. You know, they've got weak weaponry, pistols, maybe SMGs, Scouts. AK's always going to do very well against that sort of opposition.
Yeah, we got this bait and switch play over at long with Nico holding the close angle down beneath the flower bed's S-Tag. He's going to be the man to try and get their attention. There's Nico with 1. S-Tag not able to connect anything. Once again, it all falls on Nico, and he's managed himself another. Even tags up Simple. My goodness. So much damage done over at long with Zeus and Simple trying to get a leash back on the beast that is Heroic. They've almost managed to do so. Freiburg down by flowerbeds. Actually, Simple's gone down. That's the bomb dropped. It all falls on Zeus in a 1v2. This is a situation that never should have been for Na'Vi.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, this was the force buy from Heroic. They've spotted Zeus, but they couldn't find the instant kill. Modi makes up for it, and that will be the round in their favor. Big one for Heroic as well. A huge gamble to take the force buy there. It works out for them. Na'Vi should still have plenty of cash to buy up. They might take a pause to work out how they're going to operate here. Definitely want to force buy and shut down Heroic before they have a chance to really get into this game. But 4-3, a big of a fight here, more than I thought they would. And that round has got them right back into it. We will see if they can do anything more here. Round 8, MP9s for Masses, an AK for Freiburg. Dropped by Modi. And here we go. Whoever wins this one will almost certainly send their opposition to an eco. So huge round here, especially for the Heroic boys battling back into Overpass here. If you are just joining us, this is a playoff game on day 1. If Heroic can win it, this particular map, that would be a massive upset, and they've gone to the playoffs with essentially a mixed team who weren't even supposed to be here. But Electronic trying to do everything he can to remove that possibility. Finds Modi for the opening pick.
Yeah, man advantage secured early on here for Na'Vi. And Electronic still not done just yet. Going to keep testing the waters down here towards B. See Kroman edging in through short. Would love to find the trade, but no, the hunter going to become the hunted. Electronic turns around, finishes him off, and now suddenly he's going to keep going forward. 3 kills, that's the B bomb site cracked wide open, and RV, they've got B. They don't care for that. Simple's just taking off heads, and that was a brutal round. I mean, they had the bomb site. They could have just got and taken it, but no, they find all the kills, and what a spectacle. You love it. You know, you love seeing Simple and Electronic hitting shots like that. 5-3. Yeah. And Heroic, well, they've got no money.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable scenes there. Great talents displayed by Electronic and Simple. No tactics really have to be deployed there. And we're going to see round number 9. That was a great shot from Electronic, and not really much can be done. Finding absolutely everything there. 3 kills within that round. Simple with the other 2. And I think this is another force. Not quite all in from Heroic, but 5-3 down. They'll bring up the CZ and Deagles again. Bit of Kevlar. These rounds always have the possibility to go horribly wrong. That's we'll see. Smoke by Flamey. Edwards to patrol middle. A little stack here from the CZs, but they have got controller short. See if they can find his first pick.
Maybe here walking the way of Flamey, but he drops the ball, and that's the AK now to be retrieved. Modi holding this angle, does electronic check it. Is he weary? The flash going to go over, but no, he does not. Modi's going to go ahead and find one, almost a second as well. Zeus.
Hello?
How doesn't he find the trade there? And now suddenly it's a 2-man advantage gain for Heroic. There's rifles to be retrieved, and Na'Vi said this round could have gone wrong for them, Henry. It looks like it might.
I just don't even know how Zeus didn't get that trade. That's insane. Like, Modi was basically AFK in front of him, no bullets left. Well, there we go. If they lose this round now, that will be why. 5 on 3. Zeus low. 40 seconds remaining. Still recoverable with Simple alive. Time ticking away, though. They still have one smoke and a Molotov. Molotov deployed towards barrels. Everybody needs to be very careful here. Modi gives himself up. A chance here. 25 seconds now. Bomb to be planted. Zeus coming through. Gives himself up, and now Edward has to do whatever he can with his Galil. Can't find a shot, and that's going to be round surely over. Simple have to prove amazing here, but not going to happen. 5-4, back and forth we go, Harry. And it will be Heroic to win. We're not in the force by there. CZ's Deagles, a first pick 10 now flaming towards that connector. Didn't really work out for them. That really awkward exchange from Zeus. If he gets that trade, they probably win the round. It's recoverable, but he has an absolute disaster against Modi. And that spells something quite disappointing for them here, as the money should be limited. They do have 7k on Simple and Flaming, so they can still fully buy. They'll take a pause now. But Heroic, once again, only winning on very limited resources. They're not winning the rounds where they actually have the 5 rifles. 5-4 against them. Already a map up. And we'll see whether Na'Vi can find this round. Seems to be the trend right now, back and forth every single time.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really... I mean, I expected Na'Vi to kind of come into this all guns blazing, getting a start over on the T side. They can really set the pace. I was expecting to see a much more one-sided showing. I'm very impressed with how well Heroic have been able to actually, go blow for blow with Na'Vi. But the only issue is right now for Heroic, it has to stop being these kind of one-and-done rounds. They have to start to chain something together. We haven't seen them streak 2 rounds together just yet. I mean, now would be the time to do it. When you look over at Na'Vi, they don't really have any more money to play around with. So a win here for Heroic is pretty massive in the grand scheme of things. It could mean moving into a 2-for-1. Effectively, as the buy for Na'Vi wouldn't be very good. Zeus is waiting for the smoke to fade, and he has to check S-Tag here. He has to go in for the peak. Nico is the crossfire set up with him. There's S-Tag in with the first. Not going to find a second. Flamey is good for the trade. But Nico, he's still undiscovered. Maybe they know he's here now as he taps away onto Edward. Simple, though, looking his way. There's one man's gaze I wouldn't want to meet down the barrel of the AWP. It's going to be Simple.
It's so tense. Simple has an inkling that he's there, but can't quite find the angle just yet. Chroma does get tagged up. We'll follow this thread for now, though. His teammates dropping around him. He'll presumably get this kill. Indeed, he does. He doesn't miss many. 3 on 2, gets the frag back. Still a lot of work to do here, though. He'll upgrade to an AK at this point. Give himself a bit more mobility. Nice positioning from Freiburg, though, showing his experience. That's the kind of position. Just one kill will be enough here, Harry. That's all he needs. One and done positions at this point are absolutely fine. Time low. You know where they are. And there's the frag. That's all he needed. Stays alive for now and knows that Simple's on the other side. 20 seconds, so stay alive as long as possible.
All right, they managed to do it. They managed to chain together 2 rounds in a row. Freiburg even going to finish off Simple at the very end. And now money has ran dry for Na'Vi. A chance for Heroic to take the lead for the first time in this matchup. 5-5 right now. And let's not forget, I mean, there's so much on the line, Henry. Heroic, if they win this map here, then they qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unreal when you think about it. The fact that, they came into this, we kind of said it a few times now, but, replacing Hellraiser is not even, really meant to be here. And a team I think a lot of people just wrote off in the beginning, right, because of the whole roster shuffle that happened. No, but interesting enough, they've gone for the force. They've got 2 rifles to play with, and Edward, he's already up past the smoke. He's going to go down. Freiburg drops out Zeus, and the CZs didn't get anything done. Now it falls under the rifle of Flamey. Electronic, Simple with the UMP. Electronic's good for 1, but that's going to be it. The trade's there.
This is not looking good for Na'Vi at all. This is the final chunk of change they had. 4 on 2 now. Take a huge mistake from Heroic to give them a window here. 4-on-1 for Simple. If there was a man to win this sort of round, he would be it, but I'm not sure this will be too successful for him. Modi, great round. 4 kills in total. Harry shuts it all down. A scrappy round towards B. Na'Vi tried to pick up the pace a little bit there, faster in towards that B side, but got nothing done. Held off by the utility of Heroic. Tried the boost. It was good for 1 kill, but spelled defeat in the end. 6-5, and it looks like an eco as Electronic buys a CZ and armor. Simple down to $750, so they are spending quite a lot here. Maybe they've given him an AK, I'm not sure. And what a final frag. Action the round, not looking too good though. Na'Vi, 5 pistols, 1 HE. Taking a lot of damage at the start there from the utility. And Estag can fall back after spotting a couple of players towards the T-steps there.
I mean, this is unreal. So much damage done already, and Heroic haven't even seen anyone. I mean, Edward just getting tagged down there to 44 outside of B. That's going to add insult to injury. Flamey as well took a knife to the back in spawn, so that's never fun. They're running the way of Estag, who lies in wait over here in toilets. MP9 in hand, my favorite weapon, and he's just going to be farming heads left and right. $1,200 made at present. Freiburg, it was with the lone lurk down towards B, and Flamey. He spotted out Estag, and now he's left Simple to fend for himself over at long. Luckily enough, Flamey is here to be the savior. Still a 2v4 with Deegs, Simple and Flamey. I mean, that would be the duo to get it done, but I don't fancy their odds all too much right now.
4-on-2. Simple. We'll have to do something magnificent here. I think we stand a chance of getting the bomb down at this point. 40 seconds. If you're just joining us, this could be a huge upset. Already 1 map down. Na'Vi with a great start here on Overpass. It's all starting to fall apart now, though, I'm afraid. 25 seconds remaining. They'll try and make their way towards A. Flamey just waiting for any sort of mistakes to be made, but Heroic being very disciplined at this point. Great stuff by Croman again. Fantastic today. Young player, played for Dignitas for a few months at the minors. They didn't make it to the major, but he's certainly proven himself, and that's why he's here. He's Norwegian. He's replacing Rubino, who's out with an eye infection, I've heard. So get well to him. I'm sure he's watching and cheering the boys on. Round 13. 7-5 in favour of Heroic. They're on the CT side of Overpass. T side can be very difficult, especially in this sort of mixed team. Had a bit of practice, but how deep can their map pool really get? AK's out again, but look at the lack of utility for Na'Vi. A scrappy buy at best.
And I mean, yeah, what a resurgence has been from Heroic. We kind of said, you know, a few rounds ago, the big topic was how they weren't able to chain anything together. They've won the last, what, 4 in a row. And this round for Na'Vi, as a result of going for that partial in the previous, as you kind of pointed out, they're very limited in terms of the utility they've got. It is enough to do some magic with, but I definitely would have liked a little bit more. Now early on, Estag watching out down long. Nico's gone aggressive. And actually, he's in a spot to do a boatload of damage here. Simple's now just rotated out of mid. If Nico continues aggressive, he's going to get all the information in the world. But no one resides here for Na'Vi. Modi, I think he spots out Flamey. Down and connect. The Zeus is there as well. Na'Vi setting up for what looks like just a standard B hit here. But they have to contend with Modi, and he's been such a problem. Freiburg holds on to long. He's going to lock down the angle, able to find the first. The flash doesn't hit him, and he's going to be allowed to find a second. Now Modi steps up to the mark, and my goodness, he's mowed down 2. It's all onto Zeus. And Modi, once again, he just annihilates Na'Vi on the push into that B bomb site. Heroic going to take themselves an 8th round.
Wow. Na'Vi looks so average right now. Very flat. After that great start they had, they won the 2nd round forced by after losing the pistol. They got 3 rounds in a row. Then resets. Heroic, who won a single round. But since they've established themselves, Heroic look like a much better squad. The team works better. The fragging's there. Have a look at the scoreboards here. It's Zeus and Edward at the bottom again. I hate to sound like a broken record, but that is a very common trend the last few months for Na'Vi. 5 and 9 for Zeus. 5 and 11 for Edward. Simple and Flame at the top. Electronic mid-table. And Heroic, 14 kills from Modi. What a fantastic game from him. He seems to have these like appearances every now and then when he just looks godlike, and shows us why he's considered such a legend of the game. Freiburg 10 and 6, always been solid on Overpass, doing a great job on that B bomb site. They're now 8-5 up. They're going to run number 14. Presumably another eco for Na'Vi. I'm seeing some interesting purchases though, Harry. An MP7, a UMP, a MAC-10, 2 CZs, and this is not a force buy.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a few situations with some weird economy management over on this side of Na'Vi. Maybe this looks to be a repetition of that, as they have gone in with the force buy in this round. 2 MAC-10s, not 2 MAC-10s rather, an MP7 and a MAC-10. UMP on Zeus, and they're already out through mid. Look, they try and put these SMGs to work up close. There is going to be a man there. Trying to repel them. They're already down through connector. They've changed their mind. They've changed their sights. It's back towards B they go. Freiburg, previous round, he gets himself 2 here. He really has to try and go above and beyond now. They go running through the smoke, but this time Freiburg manages nothing, and that could be the thing that decides the fate of Heroic in this round. Modi, he's been the star of this speed bomb site, but this time he's been lit up by Zeus. They haven't dealt with him just yet, so he is still a threat. Actually, S-Tag going to chime in with one from the heavens and another. S-Tag just tearing them apart. S-Tag's on 3, and that is just absolutely monstrous. It's all down to simple. 1v2 over on short. He's tugged away, MAC-10 in hand.
Oof, that's smoke.
Oh, and that is just brutal simple. He has to go through this to deny that he fused, and they tap onto it. Nico going to find him. And Heroic, they say hello to a 9th round. S-Tag, 3 massive kills. He's been pretty quiet with the AWP. Hasn't really been in a position to get much done because everyone else has beaten him to the frags. But when it matters, he finds 3.
Oh dear. Well, that was looking very good at 1.5.